And you know the ancient days, during my teenage days, no parents want their kids to go to billiards school.
Right.
It's really rowdy.
Yes, it doesn't have that positive vibe, right?
And when I started playing and my dad knows about it, he actually do all possible to stop me from doing. Him being Singapore champion, all the billiard salon knows about him. So basically, he just need to make a couple of phone calls and you know which salon I play. After I won the third junior tournament.
Entirely on your own, without any coaching from your dad.
Without it.
Amazing.
Then suddenly he died.
My son is serious about this. Welcome to our Father's Day podcast special, where we have the pleasure of chatting with an extraordinary man. He's a father of 2 boys, 21 and 17 years old, the boss of the delivery company called Windspeed, a former cabin crew member, and on top of that, a multiple gold medalist at billiards in the Skinny Games of Singapore. So join us as we unravel the insights, challenges, and triumphs of this multifaceted individual. Welcome, Alex Puan, to our Father's Day podcast.
Thank you. Thank you, Blair.
Okay, wow, Alex. So I'm really amazed at the multi hats that you're holding, right? So I think when we first met, I had no idea, because I knew you were ex-cabin crew. I knew you were a father. I had no idea that you were also a SEA Games gold medalist. So that sounds like a lot on your plate for an average person. Tell us, how do you actually stay, professional and on top of your game at the same time connecting with your kids? Because it sounds like there's really a lot that you're doing.
I think quite a lot of people, they have this misconception that cabin crew stays away from home most of the time. But to me personally, in my opinion, I think I was able to spend more time with my family.
Okay.
Even during when I'm flying. Because if I were to work full time back home here, I would probably see my kids only at night. And that's if I stop work at 5 or 6. But when I'm flying, when I'm back home from overseas, I have 24 hours with them, I'll be the one carrying them to school, fetching them back. And then after back from school, we can do some activities, can go to trampoline park. Actually, a normal working parent wouldn't have the luxury of.
A lot more quality time is quality at scale, right? Every single time you're back, you can spend 100%. And it's like 100% of your full attention, and not like the balance 20% of your energy after a whole day at work.
That's right. That being said, so that gives me ample time for me to juggle. That's when I was back flying. To spend time with family when I was back home. And then when they're at school, then I can throw in a couple of hours of practice on table and there.
So you actually prioritize, obviously, the family first.
Yes, of course.
Followed by your sports. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Even as a second priority, but yeah, you still can excel at being more close invested.
Still a high level, not like the well.
Oh, so humble.
Ball is always round. So.
The ball is always round. Okay. The next question I had is actually, how has being a father sort of influenced your perspective of success and achievement? Both professionally as well as for your kids. We all have a certain idea of what success looks like, right? But after you have kids, does that actually change the way it's success?
Okay, that question was a bit hard for me to answer. But for me, to start off with, my dad also represents Singapore and the billiards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So I've been watching him going for SEA Games and Asian Games. And the ancient days, during my teenage days, no parents want their kids to go to billiards school.
Right.
It's really rowdy.
Yes, it doesn't have that positive vibe, right?
And when I started playing and my dad knows about it, he actually do all possible to stop me from doing. Him being Singapore champion, all the billiard salon knows about him. So basically, he just need to make a couple of phone calls and you know which salon I play.
And they block you out?
And no.
Oh, okay.
They won't block me out, but my dad and my mom would come to the salon and bring me home. So I've been always banned from, it was only until when I can't remember, 15 or 16, and I won the third junior tournament.
Entirely on your own, without any coaching from your dad?
Without it.
Amazing.
Then suddenly he died.
My son is serious about this.
I did stop for a couple of years after that. Then I started flying, and 2-3 years into my flying career, Singapore called me up, asking me to represent Singapore for a vacation tournament. Airline is good enough to grant me leave wherever I represent Singapore. It's like reservist kind of thing. So, like
It's for the nation.
for the nation, yeah. And once you get a letter from Olympic Council or Sports Council, they will just let you know that they can't say no. So yeah,
Wow.
that happened for me.
Okay. So it sounds like, I mean, the story about you, despite your father's, persistence to stop you, then you still navigated around the situations and you proved yourself despite all the challenges and obstacles. Kind of feels like you have this sense of drive, and that sense of like navigating around obstacles. Kind of entrepreneur mindset as well, isn't it? Don't you think so?
I don't know. I think we are overvaluating it. But for me,
So humble.
it's I think just happened gradually. So I love the sport, no doubt.
It's a passion driven thing.
Yes. So
Very-
I've never taken a second look, looking into benefits of the game or whatever profits I can reach. No,
Right.
nothing at all. So just pure passion. So I stopped for a couple of years because I think I should be handing the baton over to the younger ones. So I stopped for a couple of years. Then recently, 2022, they called me back asking me, because I won the billiards tournament then, I started playing again. Oh, I left flying then, so I got more time and I started playing some billiards.
That was during the COVID period, right? Okay.
So
So you started practicing more and then you started having a sense of like, okay, let's revisit this passion and then get back into the groove of things. And
yes, because back in 2003, the gold medal that I won was in snooker. So, and now I've kind of like aged, not kind of like, but aged. And so billiards is a good transition, so, and there's an upward improvement that's visible because for snooker, you need a lot more time. It's like golf or tennis, your swing and everything. You need to be constantly playing to maintain.
you mentioned something about passing the baton on earlier, right? Would you actually pass the baton on to your kid?
Of course, I thought about it because my dad and then followed by me.
Yes.
I exposed them to it. They like it, but I don't think they have the same kind of passion that I did
Okay.
for my father.
Yeah.
So, but since they were very small, I
Expose them to the sport.
different things. They want taekwondo, kido, whatever they want, I'll send. After 1 month, I'll ask them, how is it? Okay, if you like it, okay, carry on. After 2 months, I'll ask them, you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, this weekend don't go. Okay, forget it, next week stop.
I see. Okay. So
Yeah.
you don't push them to do something just because you want it, or you like it's not just what they want, right?
Yeah. They will only excel in what they like. They will never excel to continue doing something that what we like.
Thank you for saying that.
No.
I think now what people are realizing is, and they're not trying to live in our father's or mother's shadow. And a lot of parents, in the past generations, obviously, they expect the kids, to be a lawyer, be a doctor, to be better than them, or to follow them if they are really up there with you. So I love how you are saying that, if you want your kids to be themselves, to pursue their passion, and although you have such a strong passion in billiards, you expect the same out of them. Have they found their passion? Or still
They're really good in basketball. So since young we've been playing, and even until now, then I torn my meniscus, broke my foot, and all because of basketball.
So billiards is a very safe sport for you right now. As long as you can walk, right? It's
So
you can play until how long? Like until you're
all the recent SEA Games, for example, the gold medalist is 62, I think.
and you see yourself play till even
Got
7.
another?
Okay, good. Oh,
Next year, that is.
next year maybe we'll see it.
2 years later.
Yeah. 2 years later. Oh yes, 2 years later. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So maybe back to your children, right? You mentioned that you let them, play basketball. They play basketball. You also play basketball to them, and they explore all kinds of sport, which is amazing. Do you have any special bonding, experience or tradition that maybe you and your children have since young that you feel like this bond, with them?
I would say there's a certain specific thing that we do.
Okay.
The only thing I would think of is our basketball,
Oh yeah.
our frequent holidays, but we do go quite a few a year.
That's right.
Yeah, so these are the things that we do together, and we don't like to have the barrier between our combination.
Okay.
So,
So you talked a lot of sense.
but through all these years, slowly you have to find a way to break that barrier. and I treat them more like friend, but they know that I can be the
dad.
dad part in the one
Yeah.
their part out for me.
Because their voice, do you have like, man talk? Like, does your wife say that, okay, you talk to daddy about this because it's a man's topic? There's such a...
She would leave it to me when she feels that the time comes whereby I need to
have that
have that thought,
conversation.
and certain things the boys will still heed my advice, which I'm glad. And I just want to make sure that whenever they need somebody to talk to, the first person they will think of is me.
Oh, very
Yeah.
inspiring. Like you actually are able to grapple and I think the bonding that you had in the beginning with them, like you said, you're there for them 100%. I can fully identify with that. I understand how it was because fun fact, I used to use the cabin group, and when you're off, you're off. So it's really when you're mentally off. I think that's where the difference lies, because mentally then you can focus on your child and the 100% being there for them. I think in a way has sort of paid off, right?
We spend quite a lot of time together.
Okay.
When I'm back home, I make sure that I spend some quality time with them. So the bond and thing, like will.
That's true. So your wife actually did a lot of the heavy lifting the earlier years because physical needs are very important when they're very young, right?
Yeah, more of their playmate and the one that gives them mental assistance within.
Okay.
Where she takes care of their well-being and
All the other aspects, yeah. I like that point. So, a lot of the common misconceptions is that the husbands are half as useful, at home as compared to the wives. Like they cannot cook or they cannot do housework properly. And the kids, they just leave it to the wife because they feel like the wife knows them. They see them the whole day around, especially for many stay-at-home moms. But for yourself, you mentioned something about mentally, you're their playmate and mentally you're there for them. I think that's very important because a lot of times fathers just assume that physical needs are just physical needs and that's all. But the mental and the emotional part of connection is something that people don't remember or don't realize the importance, isn't it?
yes, of course.
Yeah.
I can't let my wife be doing everything else at home, because I would only groom them up to be
They will follow and mirror the...
exactly. So if they see me not doing this, that's exactly what I'm going to be.
Okay.
So to make sure that they see what I do, and this is what they know or they think and know they should be.
We have started doing more at home and
all this what I've been doing, I can't leave it to her. Happy wife, happy life, right?
oh wow,
So,
amazing. You
I had to help out, and also because I was flying back then,
Right.
and I know when I'm away, she's 100%.
Right.
So to be fair, when I come back, I should be at least 50%.
Right. So all the cabin crew and the pilot husbands, I think
Sorry, guys.
appreciate that. Okay. The reason why I even know you is, for those of you who don't know, is because Alex is also the boss, one of the bosses of this company called Windspeed, and they are an excellent delivery company that roll dealers. So, like, do you find that is a challenge, or you transition seeing that what you have done as a cabin crew, as a father, through your journey as a sportsman, how does that channel to you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, and to bring your business into like new heights?
Okay, firstly, let's put a camera crew story aside. Yeah, sharing crew, I enjoyed why. So that was never a doubt, yeah. Every time I put on my uniform, it's the start of a holiday, escape from reality for a while before I come back home.
Right.
Then, but that part of it is gone. So now I'm here. It's not very difficult for me to juggle, I guess. But I'm here, and then morning I'll fetch whoever needs to go to work, which is my wife, and then kids sometimes I send them to school. I hope more parents can relax on their credit. If your kid is a good artist, one is a genius, you don't give a you don't give a shit about math.
Yeah.
And if he's gonna grow up to be the next Joseph Schooling, he probably don't give a damn about language. Right. So if your kid don't do well in any subject, right? They are meant for bigger things. It doesn't mean that this is their down.
Exactly.
So I think this is the social pressure compared with my time. To my childhood is like, I don't think they got a childhood. Yeah. So
their tuition every week, sports, every class, enrichment class, invaluable, it's available in Singapore.
Yeah, and those things will come cheap.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a crazy world for the kids.
you only live one.
They only have one childhood, right? But put it into perspective. You know, you complain that you have so much time and that the kids are bugging you and all that, but you realize that you only have essentially that 12 birthdays with them until they become a teenager. I think the milestones in childhood is just always forgotten and just caught up in the mess of studies, like enrichment, all these kind of pleasures. Yeah. As a man, traditionally, you know, the head of the house, it's great that you're thinking this way because then you lead your family in that direction.
Well, at least I try to.
Yeah.
Sure.
And sure, like your boys will grow up thinking positively in the same way. And if they have families of their own, they would also be able to put that forth in their family, right? To hopefully to guide them in a holistic way.
Yes. I think I'm more of a person that the only one thing and more important thing for them is be good. You know, number one, with your family
Be a good person.
and as a person. So I always inculcate that terminology in them that I'll never throw a stone at a neighbor if your own windows are made of glass. It's easier said than done, but we always do things and then we regret the actions later. So always try to remind them. So
Wow, okay. I'm very inspired to hear how you're actually thinking about it and the direction of how you actually raise your boys. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they will turn out to be amazing men. Yes, I'm really excited. And it's nice to hear because as a parent myself, I also struggle with the education system here, right? I struggle with the challenges that you face as parents because sometimes the pressure doesn't come from the family, which it comes from the peers in school. And they say that, oh, my friend is going for this class, that class, how come I don't have, you know, all the kind of unnecessary pressure, which you feel like you need to change their mindset, how to think and what is important in life, and not just who has what and also have.
I think if they're happy back home, that really helps because regardless of what their friends say and how rich their plan is, how big their houses are, they come back home, they're happy. If they're
And then
happy,
to block out the noise, right?
Yeah.
Learn to
you know that whatever happens out of the house stays out of the house. They come back home, they feel good. They'll be happy to share things that they don't feel good when they're out of the house.
okay.
Then we rectify that.
That's good. The key takeaway that I'm hearing from you is that your kids feel loved for who they are, no matter what, right? And while everybody says that about as parents, but I think to truly show that through actions, through things like accepting them, like they may not be good at certain subjects, and that's fine. They may not want to pursue certain sports or whatever just because, you know, you think it's good for them, but that's also fine. And it's all about finding their passion, their interest, and where they are going to be successful at in future.
Yeah, there's no rush for them. So they will find it on and down the line.
We have hope. Okay, thank you, Alex. Is there anything that if you have a message out there for all parents or for all, you know, men who are aspiring parents or aspiring fathers, if any message, because you have gone through and your son is already 21 years old and adult already, so you have gone through a whole journey, so much achievements in life. If there's any message you want to tell the world, Canada still.
Oh, I just a small win, so
Always very humble. Alex is always very humble.
love the society and love your family. That's all.
Okay.
You love them with your heart, you'll reciprocate and they'll feel it back in some way. Love comes over.
Okay. All right. Love conquers all. Awesome.